it's so hard to get like the Q-tip around the back, and y'all, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm just gonna let this close because I'm just done. Like, I was so agitated with it. I was like, I can't do this no more.
Get to know it could be the kind of girl that you get down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me.
Hi my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name's Alana. I would love for y'all to hit that subscribe button down below, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell by the title, today we are going to be talking about piercings, and specifically we will be talking about a tragus piercing. This video is going to be perfect for those of you who are maybe looking to get a tragus piercing, and you may want to know some important information to know, like pain level, the cost, and things like that. This video will be perfect for you. I've done one of these videos in the past about my belly piercing experience. I gave some tips. If you guys like to watch that, I will have it linked in the eye, and that video did really good. Like, y'all love that video. So before I start this video, I just want to put a disclaimer, y'all. I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. Like, these are all the tips that I personally do, and these are just the things that I have done for my tragus piercing and my piercing experience. Everybody has their own experience, so this is personally my experience and what I done with my piercings. So I just want to put that out there first things first. My experience, the cause, and y'all, I got my tragus pierced twice, so you guys are going to be in for a journey. A very important tip that I have is to research your piercing shop very detailed. Like, make sure you guys know who this piercer is. Make sure you guys look up the reviews of the place. I always do that personally before I go to any tattoo shops or piercing shops. I always make sure to look at the reviews because other people often tend to share their experience at this specific piercing shop. Always research the piercing shop that you guys are going to, because you know, you just never know. You always want to be safe. You want to look up if they're sanitary, because that is major, especially if you're getting a tattoo or a piercing, because you are literally putting a needle through your skin. So you just always want to make sure that you guys are researching your piercing shop. Next thing I want to talk about is the healing process of a tragus. So it takes approximately 6 to 9 months or even a year for a tragus to fully heal. I got my tragus pierced twice, and I will go more into detail about that later on in the video, because y'all, it has been an experience. It takes about 3 to 9 months to a year for a tragus piercing. So this one that I have in right now, this was actually the second time that I got it pierced. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's cartilage, but it is not a, well, for me personally, it was not a great healing process. Like, compared to my belly piercing versus my tragus, my cartilage, it's two completely different experiences, y'all. Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, during the healing process, you have to clean your earring. I mean, that's the most important part of getting a new piercing. Cleaning process of a new piercing is very important, because that is going to determine the healing process of your earring. I don't know if that makes sense. The cleaning process is very important. So when cleaning a tragus, I would suggest using a Q-tip. I swear by this product. This is H2 Ocean. Oh my god, this looks like it's like spilling. But this is H2 Ocean. I use this on my belly. I use this on my tragus. Basically, any new piercings I get, this is going to be with me. This is a sea salt sterile piercing aftercare spray. Now, this is perfect, y'all. Like, this cleans all of my piercings amazingly. What I do is I take the Q-tip and I just spray it on the Q-tip, and I gently try and clean around my tragus, like very, very slightly. Because another important thing you guys want to remember is you do not want to rotate the jewelry. It is very difficult to not rotate the jewelry when you're trying to clean it, because I find myself also, you know, during the process of me cleaning it, I was rotating the jewelry, which also can hinder the healing process. You just have to take your time with it and do it very, very slow. Just want to make sure you guys are cleaning it. I can't express this enough. Like, especially with fresh new piercings, it is so easy for them to just easily get infected. When you get a piercing, you want to make sure you're not allergic to the material of the earring. So that is another very important step, because a lot of times I know a lot of people have allergic reactions to certain materials of earrings a lot of times. So you want to make sure that also causes a very bad allergic reaction, and it can cause your piercing to reject. So you just want to pay close attention to that. Be mindful of making sure that the piercer is using an earring, to whereas if your ear, because your ear is going to swell because it's a new piercing on your body, so your ear is going to swell. The earring that the piercer is using, you want to make sure that it is big enough to whereas it's enough space space for your ear to deal with swelling, because if your earring is too small, your ear is swelling and trying to heal, and it can also cause your earring to reject. So you just want to make sure that the earring is long enough to where there's space between, you know, your cartilage and your earring. The swelling won't be too bad. The pain level of a tragus piercing. Now for me personally, I got my tragus pierced twice and it was the same exact ear. So the first time that I got my tragus pierced, it did not hurt at all. It almost just felt like a lot of pressure. Like it didn't really feel like a pinch or like a pain. Everyone's pain tolerance is different. So I went again because my healing process, I didn't do a good job at cleaning my piercing. So I decided again to get it pierced again. So it was like 2 years later, I got it pierced again, and it also just felt like a lot of pressure. Like it did not hurt. Another important thing, like say for instance, if you guys like me, you get a piercing the first time and it didn't work out well, you should probably wait, I would say about like a year or two before you get it pierced in the same spot, because I don't know, I read online a lot of times you can build up scar tissue and then that can cause it to like hurt even more. So say if you got it pierced like in June and then the healing process wasn't good for you, and then you try to go back in like August, like 2 months later, probably gonna be very painful. So I say wait about like a year in between, because that's what I personally did. It didn't hurt. It, like I said, it just felt like a lot of pressure. Tragus is just like a very small cartilage part of your ear, so it is very hard to clean it. It's very difficult to clean, and it's just so tedious and small. So that's one of the things that I hate about this piercing, but it's just so cute, and I had to have it again. I kind of already gave you guys a background story. So the first time, I will insert pictures of the first time I got it. I was so excited, y'all. I don't even remember the month it was, but it was a long time ago. So I got it pierced the first time. I'm like trying to clean it and stuff. I really underestimated how difficult it was to clean this earring, because like I said, it's in such an awkward placement. So it's so hard to get like the Q-tip around the back, and y'all, oh my gosh, I wasn't doing a good job cleaning it. So a bunch of like my this sounds so disgusting, a bunch of like my earwax will build up on the back of the earring, and it was just so bad. So I literally had to ask my mom to help me clean like the back of my ear. I'm telling you, that first time I had that tragus, it was terrible. Like I wasn't keeping up to date on it. Also, when you first get it pierced, it's hard to sleep, so you kind of have to like not sleep on this side. Like it is just too much. So the first time, terrible. Piercing shop that I went to, I'm not gonna say the name because it's in a local area. The piercer was great. Like he pierced it like 1 2 3. Also, that's another thing you guys want to be mindful of. You don't want to go to a piercer who's piercing jewelry slowly. Like, why are you trying to pierce my ear going slow? No, if you want an ear piercing, you have to make sure that they're going in fast, 1 2 3, because that is the best way to do it. Honestly, if they take a long time to like get the needle through your ear, that makes it 10 times worse. Like, so specifically the piercing shop that I went to, he did it 1 2 3 and it was no problems. And that was also the same place that I got my belly pierced at, and I just loved his work. He was so professional. He did it 1 2 3 and it never gave me any problems. But like I said, the healing process was up to me and the cleaning process was up to me, and I just did not do a good job at cleaning my piercing. And also I noticed that I was kind of developing like a bump around my ear, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this a keloid? But I know me personally, I don't develop keloids often, but you know, I'm not saying that I can't, but I thought it was a keloid. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I have a keloid on my ear. Ended up taking out the starter jewelry, which was a mistake. You don't want to take out the starter jewelry, and it wasn't even done healing. I think I took it out around like 3 months. I tried to put a new earring in. I couldn't get the new earring in, and then I tried to put like a nose ring for the time being, and y'all, it was just a hot mess. I ended up losing the nose ring in my tragus, and it fell out, and I was like, you know what, I was like, I'm just gonna let this close because I'm just done. Like I was so agitated with it. I was like, I can't do this no more. First time that I went to get my piercing, my tragus pierced, it was around $50 to $60, which is like the typical price. Now the second time that I went, because like I said, it was about 2 years later, and my friend and I, we went to Vegas for my birthday. We're in Vegas, let's get piercings. So it was just a random thought. We like, cause no, actually we was talking about this before we went, cause I was texting her. I'm like, I really want to get my tragus re-pierced, and we was gonna make a plan to do it before then, but we just ended up doing it when we went to Vegas. So now this is 2 years later, y'all. This is also my Vegas vlog, so if you guys would like to watch that, we'll have it also linked in the eye, because that vlog is, I love the way I edited that vlog. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. I don't know, we just decided to get piercings. We probably shouldn't have done that, because like I just said, I didn't really research the piercing shop and did all the details before, so it's kind of wrong on my end. But I was like, hey, we in Vegas, let's have fun. So it was actually a piercing shop within a hotel. Why did they charge me $120 for my tragus? $120 for an ear piercing. Now that should have been my sign right there to walk back out, because who is paying $120 for an ear piercing? Like I said, I was like, you know what, I'm on my birthday trip, we're in Vegas, let's just do it. So I paid the $120. I was y'all in a piercing shop is telling y'all that an ear piercing is going to cost you $100+ just walk out. There's no reason for an ear piercing to cost more than like $65, because it was inside the hotel and they knew they had a lot of tourists there. So that's the only thing that I could think of why they would charge me $120, but never again, never again. They're lucky I was having fun. And then after he pierced it, I noticed it kind of felt like a burning sensation. Months went on and I developed a bump again on my earring, y'all. But this time I was cleaning it. Like I was doing everything that I was supposed to, because I knew the first time what happened. So this time around, I'm like, no, now I know what to do. So I developed a bump on my ear again. And I was trying to figure out why, because I was using the H2Ocean and everything, but I still developed a bump. So I guess that's just the healing process of a tragus. I'm not really sure. My mom noticed it. She's like, you know, Alana, you should probably take that earring out. Like, it looks infected. Like, I was really terrified that I was infected, but I just kept the earring in. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it in because I really want this piercing. I kept it in, and at the time I ran out of my H2Ocean. I went online, I'm like, what else can I googled, I'm like, what else can I use for H2Ocean? And Google suggested that I can use warm water and salt. So I used warm water, I put some salt in a bowl, mix it up, put that around my ear. Did not work. I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm about to mess up my earring. So time went on again. I realized I'm trying to clean my ear. It's really hard to get the Q-tip around my ear, but this time I knew about the earwax and all that, so I'm like, I'm not having no earwax build up this time. Like, I ran out of H2Ocean. I'm like, no, I have to get more H2Ocean, because I'm like, I don't know what else to use on my piercing. Like, I didn't want my earring to become infected or rejected or anything like that. So I'm like, no, I have to use my H2Ocean. I went to Hot Topic. I got some H2Ocean because, like I said, I ran out of it, which I think was my problem, because I'm like, no, I have to use H2Ocean. Like, I can't use anything else. It's gonna, you know, infect my ear. And I ended up using it like twice in a day, and I kid y'all not, the bump went away. Like, so I'm guessing it was just a piercing bump, but I think it was because I wasn't cleaning it right, I don't know, but I got a piercing bump around it again, and I'm like, no, I cannot take this earring out, because I'm like, this is my second time getting this piercing. I'm like, I cannot take this out. So I'm guessing it was just a piercing bump, because now it went away, and yeah, my tragus is perfectly fine now. It doesn't hurt. I could take this earring like in and out of my ear and it doesn't hurt. So I'm really happy that I was a stickler this time, and I'm like, no, I'm keeping this earring in because I want it. Taking this earring out, like, this is my second time getting this earring. I went through too much for this earring. I'm like, I'm not taking it out. And once again, when I got that piercing bump, I thought it was a keloid again, so I was about to take out my earring, and I'm like, Alana, just leave it, just use the H2Ocean. And I was using it about twice a day, and it went away. So I'm really happy now that it's healed. It's been about 8 months that I have my tragus, and in June it will be a year that I had it. So yeah, I'm really happy with it now. And like I said, I'm like, no, this is staying this time, because I just think it's so cute, y'all. Like, I love my tragus. I just love my tragus. I just think it is so cute, and I really just don't want nothing else to happen to it. Also, I had to understand that I need like a 16 gauge size ring for my ear, because I noticed sometimes I went to Claire's recently and I bought a tragus earring and it was too small. So now I know that I have to get a 16 gauge, because that's what's gonna fit my ear. This was the starter jewelry that I had the second time that I got my tragus pierced, and y'all tell me why I thought I had to twist this to take it out of my ear. My mom and I, we was in here trying to take this out of my ear, and it was not coming out, and then she just pulled it off and it came off. I was like, I didn't know you just pull it off. So that's another thing. Like I said, that's the only thing I don't like about the tragus, is that it's so tedious and it's in such an awkward placement that it's hard to like put the earring in sometimes. So that's like the only con that I really have, and also it's hard to clean. But other than that, y'all, I love my tragus, and this is the starter earring. It is very, very tiny, as you guys can see. This jewelry in particular, you just pull it off and then it comes out, and then you put it through the back. With the tragus, you can't have it going through the back, because the piece was able to open in the back, it will fall in your ear. So it's like they do it like this for a reason, so it doesn't fall in your ear. Like I said, I'm really happy with my piercing. I just think it is so cute. Buy some more earrings for it, because I want something cuter in my ear. It's just so dainty. It's so cute. It does have a lot of pros and does have a lot of cons. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you guys are looking to get a tragus pierce, you should do it because it's so cute. I mentioned it's kind of hard to wear headphones. Like after the healing process, it gets a little better. You kind of have to like push it out and stuff. It's a little difficult, I'm not gonna lie. That's another con. Overall, I just think it is super cute. I love my tragus, and I really want to get like more cartilage piercing. Y'all, like the healing process of piercing just makes it the worst. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope it was informative, learning about my experience of my tragus. I really hope y'all got some tips and some information in this video, and I thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see y'all in my next video.
Get to know it could be